take your time. Don't live too fast. Troubles will come and they will pass. You'll find a warm arm and you'll find love. And don't forget that there is a someone up above. And be a simple kind of man. Be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can?
3, 2, 1.
Turn on the radio.
What's he doing?
I'm finishing this so we can listen to tunes while we work.
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to make the world a better place, dude.
Well, it's not working.
Some people might find your voice, octave-wise, to be the teeniest, tiniest bit high.
What do you want?
It's showtime.
It's not roll time, it's showtime. Are you guys ready?
Red Wolf Roll Call Radio.
God, here we go again.
Why don't you go find a corner to hide in? I'll get to you later. I don't want to have to deal with you now.
Houston, we have a problem.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Go ahead. Make my day.
There's something screwy around here.
It's getting bigger by the minute. Pleasure overload. You should never be allowed to talk to people.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, get in there, talk about www.w.com, and you got them naked chicks on there, man. You go click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Never fall in love with a musician.
Damn, that boy can sing.
You must be crazy.
That boy is good.
Good and terrible.
The following program contains material not suitable for children, adults, or childish adults.
It's showtime, folks.
Red Wolf Roll Call Radio.
Good morning and welcome to RWRC Radio. We're fueled by Flash Market. I am JC. That is Uncle Walls. It is a My Jam Monday. And it's a Munchies Monday. If you're already planning what you're going to do for lunch, well, how about soup and a sandwich? Soup and a half a sandwich.
Sounds good.
For only $6.99. But maybe you're feeling real hungry and you want you a sandwich and maybe some of those delicious world-famous cheese sticks. I like to get the spicy sticks. I like the spicy version. You can do that too. 43 years and counting. And now a pickup window is available at Munchies of Jonesboro on Caraway Road. Go by, check them out, spend your lunch day with them, and let them know we sent you. Need something to get you in the mood today? Maybe you need to kick off this work week the right way? Well, it is a My Jam Monday. That means whatever you need. Maybe it's a little love and tenderness. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need something to light a fire under you, whatever it may be. You can reach us on the Back in Action hotline, 870-330-0927. The MC Express text line, 870-372-RWRC. That's 7972. And, of course, you can always reach us all across that bright and shiny, freshly vacuumed Rhino Car Wash social media sideline, Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook on this lovely, lovely My Jam Monday. Coming up in about 5 minutes or so, we're going to kick the show off with a good friend. He's out there on the left coast, our man Cole Wright from the NFL Network and SiriusXM NFL Radio is going to join us on the show today. We'll talk about what was in the NFL Draft. It is now complete. It is over. And, of course, I realize that a lot of people want to talk about why there wasn't an A-State player drafted. They all went undrafted, but good news is there's opportunities there for those guys. And, you look at D-Liner. sign an undrafted free agent deal with Kansas City. Javon Roland-Jones, Cincinnati. J.P. Filbert's going to get a rookie minicamp invite there to Kansas City as well. Chris Murray getting a rookie minicamp invite with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Blake Mack signs an undrafted free agent deal with Kansas City. Kyle Wilson gets a rookie minicamp invite to the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. And we'll see what else occurs with the other guys here in the next couple weeks. But yeah, I'll admit I was a little surprised by it. I was a little surprised that Javon didn't get drafted. Maybe even D. Liner didn't get drafted. I was surprised by those two. But it's the NFL draft. If you look at the guys who didn't get drafted across the board, I mean, there were guys with 3rd and 4th round grades that didn't get drafted. Right. And so it's not an exact science. Sometimes you scratch your head. You see the Australian fella who has never played football a day in his life, and he gets drafted. Mm-hmm. It's the NFL, and you just never know what's going to happen. But anyway, we need to get rolling pretty quick so we can get everything kicked off and started, as we always do, before our man Cole Wright calls in on the Back in Action hotline. So let's get ready to get into your game day forecast. It's brought to you by Safe Light Auto Glass, where it's more about customer service and convenience. That's Safe Light Auto Glass. And, of course, it's always followed up by all that other stuff.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Julian with Safe Light Auto Glass.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Only America's largest gives you the reliability of the Safe Light Advantage. It's what makes us different, with over 5,000 mobile glass shops in all 50 states. So we're always nearby, and the only national lifetime guarantee, keeping you covered wherever you are. Make the safe choice.
Just ask your insurance company for Safe Light, or call 800-800-2727, or go to safelight.com.
Better yet, I do have the local number for you, 972-4797. Give them a call right now. Set up that appointment, and they'll come to you. They'll come to your house or come where you work. They'll fix the rock chip or the window replacement, take care of everything, and the insurance. That's Safe Light Auto Glass. All right, let's look at your game day forecast brought to you by Safe Light. High of 76 today, low of 55 tonight. It's going to be sunny all day, and really for the next couple of days, highs in the mid-70s to 80. Thursday and Friday, highs around 80s. Chance of some thunderstorms, but most of that should get out of here by the weekend. The weekend's looking great. 80s, sunny. It's going to be a great weekend for baseball at the time. So it looks good, some 80-degree weather. In the queue today, we get a chance to talk a little A-State track, also some football news and some men's basketball camp news. Going to all that other stuff. Let's see. On this date, 1975, Joel, ABC aired the pilot episode of Starsky and Hutch.
Ah, yes.
About a month later, the Huggy Bear clothing line took off.
Yes, there ain't no doubt.
Huggy Bear, he had some nice threads. On this date, 1983, Beat It by Michael Jackson hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, stays there for 5 weeks. Also on this date, 1986, Bo Jackson was the first player selected in the NFL draft by Tampa Bay. He said,
not happening.
Not going to happen. And speaking of baseball, on this date in Major League Baseball history in 1986, the Rocket, Roger Clemens of the Boston Red Sox, sets a Major League Baseball record by striking out 20 Seattle Mariners in one game. Or as my grandmother would say, the Mariners.
There you go.
But 20 Mariners in one game.
There you go. That is your game day forecast. Brought to you by Safe Light Auto Glass. Of course, it is followed up by all that other stuff. We got our man Cole Wright on the line right now. So what I'll do before I go to Cole is I'm going to fire off today's Calmer Solutions Hot Topic of the Day because, of course, I'm going to have to get him to chime in on that as well. We've already got it out all across our Rhino Car Wash social media sideline. So let's just go ahead and fire it off here on the show right now. Time now for the Calmer Solutions Hot Topic of the Day. Calmer Solutions 1805 Executive Drive is the new location. Business owners, there's no reason to hire an IT department. Just call Calmer Solutions at 870-336-2169 or find them on the web at calmersolutions.com. Time now for the hot topic of the day.
It's time!
Damn! All right, your Camera Solutions hot topic of the day. If you could have one of these guys in their prime, who you got? Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, or Emmitt Smith? That is your Camera Solutions hot topic of the day today. Getting quite a few votes for Barry Sanders. We've got a Jim Brown, a sweetness thrown in there. But anyway, who could I talk to about this that would be better suited to talk about this than our next guest as we head to the Back in Action hotline? Let's welcome to the show our man Cole Wright of the NFL Network and SiriusXM NFL Radio. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? What's happening, man?
Hey, it's Monday, and we're kicking the party off right.
I'm telling you, that question, I mean, Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, or Emmitt Smith. I mean, that's like going to Cheesecake Factory, man. That menu, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, look, how can you go wrong? You know, I mean, the Chicagoan in me wants to say Walter Payton, but I mean, also the Chicago in me watched a whole lot of Barry Sanders get loose against the Chicago Bears.
That's a fact.
You know,
and
before the show, I was sitting there talking about that. I said, now you kind of see how they're going with this. You know, guys that held the rushing record. You know, but I said there's one guy that wasn't in that list. I said in his prime, when he was healthy, and another Chicago Bears, Gale Sayers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he would be maybe a 6 or a 7 if this was a 10-man list, but for a top 4, I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. I mean, is there anyone else we could throw in there from I mean, today's game? I mean, would you? I mean, even if Adrian Peterson hadn't played after Minnesota, maybe Adrian Peterson would he make the list? I don't think so.
It's certainly a who's who.
We're getting too far off track.
It's certainly a who's who. Yeah, there ain't no doubt. It's a who's who. Well, I guess my question to you is, you know, obviously the 7 rounds of the NFL draft are now complete, and you know, now that we can kind of reflect back on it, we've had a day break from it. What is maybe the biggest thing that stood out to you about the 7 rounds of the NFL draft?
I mean, you know, from a Bears perspective, because I know where your head's at, JC. I mean, I have to go with the fact that the Bears took Roquan Smith, you know, first over, you know, with their first selection, 8th overall, because it seems like in years past, the Bears have been shooting themselves in the foot, tripping over their own shoelaces when it comes to the draft. No disrespect to any of their former draft picks. However, it's like guys that were coming off an injury, and it just seemed like a perfect storm for the Bears to not do the right thing every year. And this year they went and did the right thing, hit the nail on the head. And, you know, a lot of people are saying that they could have been winners of the draft, at least one of the top 4 winners when it comes to the draft. And, you know, I'm interested to see how it all shakes out, because I think that the new regime, you know, under Matt Nagy, I think it could be a little bit different. Obviously, it needs to be different because the way things finished the last 3 years with Coach Fox, you know, sorry, John, but it wasn't too good, you know, right off of Lakeshore Drive. So, I mean, that's one of the biggest things that I thought was the fact that the Bears went with a solid pick, and, you know, not even solid, better than solid in the first round. That seemed to be a no-brainer.
Well, and, you know, obviously, you know, you and I both supporting this franchise, which has been torturous at times. You know, the draft it almost has felt like, from a Bears point of view, that they tried to get cute too often in the draft. You know, it's like they acted as if they knew more than everyone else. Like, they're going to hit on this guy and nobody else knew it was. Come on, man. You know, to me, I have a way of looking at the draft that, right or wrong, indifferent, whatever. My thought process is, if you're in the top 10, top 15 of the NFL draft, you have to take best player available. Like, you cannot afford to swing and miss on a top 15 pick. And that's just the way I feel. You know, if If the draft plays out and you're looking there and you go, well, the top player on my board is a quarterback, but I don't really need a quarterback, you take him anyway. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's just the way I've always felt about it. You've got to go with the best player available in the top 15 so that you can at least improve your chances of swinging and getting a hit.
Yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense. And, you know, it's almost like you could relate everything almost to like an accounting firm, because people sometimes don't understand in professional sports terms, because they always sometimes there's people that side with the franchises when they make some of these moves when there's clear-cut question marks. I mean, you want to scratch your head, but if you liken it to an accounting firm and say there was an accounting draft, you know, since that's, you know, all crossing T's and dotting I's, wouldn't you want to go out there and get the guy that shows that he's the best accountant right now? Not a guy who's like, well, you know, he messed up a few 1040 EZs a few years back, but he's got a lot of potential. Let me tell you, he's got tons of potential. He could be great in 4 years. No, that's not what you want to do. You want to go with that best accountant to better serve your new accounting firm or whoever your new accountants are that you're bringing in, and it's the exact same way in the NFL. Like, you have to go out there and you have to get the best players to make your team the best. And, you know, last year I felt the team that always reached didn't reach. That was the Browns last year. I feel like once again this year, Browns, you know, not to take anything away from Baker Mayfield's game. I mean, I think he's got plenty of it. But is Baker Mayfield, was he a number one overall type draft pick? I don't think so. You know, he wasn't rated in a lot of people's top 15, top 20 when it came to the top 50 prospects. And then for him to all of a sudden shoot up a draft board like that, I mean, I give him mad respect. And, you know, more power to him. It's not his fault that the Browns went out and picked him. I mean, that's what they did. But there were so many other quarterbacks and so many other even position players who were ranked as better talented and more talented, rather, players in this draft. And it was crazy to see how, you know, in the course of 2 weeks, he shot up from being outside the top 20 to being inside and then the number one pick.
Well, you know something else too, and the thing was we were talking about that all last week about the number 1 and number 4 pick of the Browns and what they should do. So I'm sitting there, you know, Thursday night thinking, okay, at number 4, you know, they're going to take Chubb out of North Carolina State. They go with Denzel Ward, and you know them John Elway and them folks over in Denver going like
loving it,
like he's going to do what? Tell us somebody falling in your lap.
Well, and for me, guys, I look at this as, you know, future drafts. You know where everybody wants to be placed? Right after Cleveland. I mean, look at the drafts that the Giants have had. Look at the draft that Denver has had. I mean, like, you looking and you're going, oh, we're right after Cleveland. Oh, we're money. We're good. I mean,
we're gonna get the cat that we planned on getting.
Exactly. I mean,
'cause you know Cleveland's good. I mean,
it's insane, Cole.
They're stepping in it the whole way home.
It's insane. I mean, for me personally, I had people asking me, you know, what would I do at 1 and 4? If I was Cleveland GM for a day, what would I do? It was very simple for me. Very, very simple for me. Saquon Barkley at 1. You know, maybe one of the best running backs to come out in 10 or 15 years. And then even if I don't take a quarterback at 4, you know, my thought on this, I'm taking Chubb. I'm taking the Absolutely. 1 and 2 best players in the draft at 1 and 4, and then, you know, it's not like they don't have a whole host of players, a whole host of draft picks. I mean, take somebody at the top of the second. I mean, there wasn't one quarterback taken in the second round, and to me, in my opinion, you know, you've got Tyrod Taylor for a year. I mean, in my opinion, in this draft, there is not one of those 5 quarterbacks that were taken in the first round that are can't-miss prospects. They all have questions.
Not at all. Absolutely. And that's the thing. If you would have paired, like you said, if the Browns would have went Saquon Barkley number 1, and then they would have stumbled into Nick Chubb, or not Nick Chubb, Bradley Chubb, my bad. If they would have stumbled into Bradley Chubb, you know, with that 4th pick, imagine Bradley Chubb and Myles Garrett paired together.
That's the thing that we talked about all last week. It said, you know, think of that combo right there. But instead, now you got Chubb and Von Miller in Denver.
And that's the thing, Von Miller. We had Bradley Chubb on our Total Access draft preview show during the week, and I spoke with him, and I asked him. I said, you know, Von Miller has compared you to a combination of himself and Khalil Mack. What do you think about that? And I know they're at 5. You probably won't be there around 5. I'm like, well, how much would you love to play with a guy like Von Miller? I mean, he was just over the moon about the prospect of actually strapping those pads on and playing with Von Miller. We didn't think it was going to happen. Of course, we thought the Browns would, or someone, saying the Giants or the Jets would scoop a guy like that up. Wrong. Now he's back in. Now he's in Denver. Denver's going to be back in business, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, even though they've lost some pieces of the puzzle, I think that they're going to still make moves inside that division. So, I mean, Brown's going to Brown. I mean, it's after all they are a team that's named after the color of leather. Leather.
Here's a question for you, and we're joined here by Cole Wright of the NFL Network, SiriusXM NFL Radio on the Back in Action Hotline. When we look back on this quarterback class of 2018, 3 to 5 years down the road, what are we going to say about it?
I think that I'm not saying that they got picks 1 and 32 mixed up by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think that Lamar Jackson is a number 1 overall draft pick, but I think the Browns, like I tweeted out, in 3 years when the Ravens are whipping the Browns to pieces, I think that the Browns are going to be like, wow, like we took Baker Mayfield over this dude right here that the Ravens have. And I could be completely off base, but I really feel like in 3 to 5 years that Lamar Jackson is going to be a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield and still be around the league getting it done.
Well, I'll tell you, my quarterback board, of those 5 guys, I'll say this openly: I had Baker Mayfield 1, but I had Lamar Jackson 2. Like, I believe these 2 guys are going to be the 2 best quarterbacks of this class. I know everybody wants to give Sam Darnold a ton of love, Josh Rose and Josh Allen.
38 turnovers last 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been screaming that, and people are like, oh, well, it's not. Listen, it's not as if Sam Darnold was surrounded by bums at USC. This dude's surrounded by 4- and 5-star talent and still turning the ball over almost 40 times in his career, which was a short one. At USC, it's crazy to me to look at that. And then Josh Allen, in my opinion, too, I have him number 5 on that list. I mean, I'm not a believer. I'm not. He reminds me of Brock Osweiler and Paxton Lynch. If they had a love child, that's who Josh Allen is to me. And I could end up being way wrong on that, but that's just my opinion. But I don't know how in the world you can look at Lamar Jackson and go, man, I don't think this guy can play in the league. I just don't. I don't think he – what?
Yeah. I mean, you look at what he did at such a high level. I mean, and back-to-back years, I mean, you could have given the Heisman to him or Baker Mayfield last year. I mean, it didn't really matter. I just think that, I look at a guy like Josh Allen when he played against top-flight competition. I mean, 1 touchdown, 8 interceptions.
Bingo.
I mean, that's a problem. I mean, will he be able to remedy that problem? That's to be determined. I mean, he's going to have to play against some pretty solid competition. I mean, the Jets are getting better. I mean, we know what they did last year. I mean, 5 wins. I mean, that's 5 more than anyone expected them to get. So if Todd Bowles is able to stick around for just a little bit longer, I think they'll be a tough out. As time goes on, and you got to take on the Patriots. And who's to say that the Dolphins are going to get any better? I mean, the Dolphins are like, I don't know. The Dolphins are no disrespect to the Chargers because they had a great second half of the season this year. But, I mean, the Dolphins and the Chargers are interchangeable. I mean, they're both sunny locations, teams that underachieve with regularity. And I just feel like you never really know about a team like Miami. But I think that Josh Allen's going to have trouble in Buffalo. I mean, it's still crazy to me that Buffalo makes the playoffs for the first time since 1999, and then they get rid of Tyrod Taylor after benching him for Nathan Peterman and shooting themselves in the foot, and then he came back in and saved the season. I mean, it's unbelievable to me. But I mean, I'm not an executive for the Buffalo Bills, and more power to them. They have a vision, I'm sure, which is the direction they want to go. And I think that, and it's even crazy for everyone to think that Baker Mayfield is going to be the guy initially. Like, you have a quarterback that knows how to win right now in Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
Whether or not the Browns are going to be able to latch onto that and be able to, utilize Tyrod Taylor's skill set for what it's worth, and have him go out there and get some wins and get balls to these receivers that they now have. I mean, that's yet to be determined. But I mean, it's a crazy league, but the one crazy thing is there's teams that know how to win and they do things a certain way, and there's teams who know how to do the opposite of winning, and they do it year after year after year, and it starts in the front office. And teams that don't win traditionally, they make moves that are very questionable.
That's a fact, as we both can relate to. This brings me to another question. I found this a little bit ironic, and they talked about it a little bit during the draft, but I think we could all see the writing on the wall with Des Bryant and Dallas and that coming to an end, that rocky marriage that was. But I found it odd that the Baltimore Ravens offered Des a multi-year deal, and he walked away from it. And we sit here today, and you're seeing wide receivers get signed by these franchises, none of them being named Des Bryant. Your take on Des?
I mean, I think that the reason why he declined it, maybe it wasn't rich enough for him, because he thinks, man, I can still really ball. That's his thought process, and whether or not it's a true thought process is still something we're going to find out. I think he thinks if I can sign for 1 year, I can go to a team and have an unbelievable season. I mean, what does Des have? 3,000+ yard seasons in his career, but he hasn't had one since 2014.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I think he's banking on himself to get there and to do that. And I think that 1 year rental, it's kind of like what we've seen with Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh's coming to the Rams, and he has big plans to ball out this year, and then. Whether he stays with LA or not, I mean, I'm sure if they're winning, that's what he's going to want to do. Whether or not they'll be, able to keep him, that's putting the cart before the horse. But that's here nor there. I think that's what he wants to do. Des Bryant, he wants to get a 1 year deal, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him land in New York when it's all said and done with.
Speaking of the Cowboys, and Joel and I were sitting here Friday morning, and and we were sitting there scratching our head because the news coming out of Dallas was Jason Witten. He was trying to decide whether I'm going to retire and go to the Monday Night Football. I got to talk to Jerry first. And we're sitting there going like, okay, well, you put it out there now. The Cowboys might have to be looking for a tight end, drafting a tight end. And so everybody's going to play that game. Your thoughts on that?
I think he probably they showed him a paycheck for Monday Night Football. And he was like, "What?" And I don't have to go to practice and get hit and sweat 7 pounds out every day, and have to do with all that. I mean, I know veterans, especially a Hall of Fame bound veterans, they don't have to do as much during training camp and whatnot. But I think he saw how luxurious it could be to sit in that booth and to cash those paychecks and see that direct deposit go through every other Thursday. Because it's a lot different. I think guys, when they realize, okay, my legacy is set. Dez is gone. This seems to be a clear-cut new regime when it comes to Dak Prescott. I mean, it's only going to be year 3, if I'm not mistaken, for these guys. But it's still. I think it's still something. It's unknown for him. Am I going to be a guy who's kind of getting phased out down the stretch, or do I want to go to the booth? And like I said, cash these paychecks, because I don't know what his compensation is, but I'm sure it's handsome. And we know John Gruden, he was able to catapult, that Monday Night Football gig and his broadcasting career, into something else. He's clearly back in Oakland. And I think that hiked up the price there. So I don't know if Jason Witten, wants to start this and have this be the beginning of where he, tries to get back into coaching. And who knows? I mean, if that's the case, going to certainly drive up the price tag of his coaching paycheck.
Well, and for me, I guess, Cole, the biggest question I had is why Friday morning? You know what I mean? Like the off season has been underway for quite some time now, and we're through one round of the NFL draft, and now word on the street, as I say it, is that Jason Witten is contemplating retiring, going to the booth with Monday Night Football, and I'm like, I don't think you're doing the Cowboys any favors, for the timing of all this. For me, I just look at it and go, Come on, man. You've had plenty of time, and then still yet you have Jerry coming out saying, well, he still needs some more time with his family. It's like, you know, at some point in time, as we all know, Cole, the NFL doesn't wait for anyone. And so the Dallas Cowboys can't be sitting there waiting on Jason Witten and what he decides to do.
Yeah, I've heard it from a whole lot of guys. Once you start thinking about retiring, you're close. You're pretty much retired. You know, and I think that he realized, and was the timing great? No, but I think that they probably gave him a number, and it was you know, Don Corleone style. It was a number he couldn't refuse. Now, I could be wrong, but you know, it seems like, you know, what else would make a guy be like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing next, to already have that plan, you know, laid out there. I mean, I didn't hear any rumblings before that. You know, maybe I was, you know, I was just, you know, deaf to the fact. But I never heard anything about Jason Witten potentially being a Monday Night Football candidate kind of guy.
Yeah, I never heard it.
All of a sudden he is, and he's the guy, and he's gone, and the Cowboys need to probably start looking. And on Friday night, that's where they're at. So, you know, it was strange timing, like you guys said. But I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of motivation for him to get in that booth.
Talking about retiring, your thoughts on Ozzie Newsome?
I don't know if you guys saw, but you know, his last pick, he called it in, and you know, he called the kid and told him he's been doing this for over 20 years, and this is his last pick. He's like, don't let me down. Talk about some expectations for that cat, huh? I mean, I thought it was, you know, he's been a guy who's been great on the way in. He's been great on the way out. You know, from front to back. Yeah, I think Ozzie Newsome is what a lot of NFL GMs should set their standard by. You know, he's a world champion, and I mean, a class act for sure. I mean, I've never had the luxury of meeting Ozzie Newsome, but you know, hopefully, and now that he's going to have more free time on his hands, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll see him up at NFL Network, you know, once or twice, and be able to sit and talk with him, because you know, he has a wealth of knowledge, and you know, he's definitely a champion for the game of tackle football.
Well, and we'll have to remember Zach Seiler, Ferris State.
There you are.
We'll have to remember him. That's the last pick for the Baltimore Ravens, who had a NFL draft high 12 picks. I mean, every time you've seen it, you know, the Baltimore Ravens were moving up and down the draft, and of course snuck back into the first round to take Lamar Jackson. But last question for you, because I know you got plenty of things on your agenda today, but I wanted to get your thoughts. For one of the more special moments of the NFL draft that I seen was seeing Shaquem Griffin and joining his brother Shaquille in Seattle. And, of course, you know, 2 years ago, I mean, it seems so odd at this point. The last team to knock off Central Florida is Arkansas State. And so, you know, we got to see him up close and personal, and, of course, see his brother as well. But that was a pretty special moment, and honestly, for me, Cole, I was shocked that they waited that long, that anybody waited that long to take him, because that dude can just flat out play the game of football.
Absolutely. I mean, and you know, since you've seen it in person, that this guy, there's no hindrance to him. Like we may sit and look and see, you know, something that would set us back. But he's been dealing with this his whole life, and this is not a setback to him at all. It's just something that he deals with, and he gets after it no matter what. And, you know, the one thing that we were talking about, you know, I did shows with James Jones and Terrell Davis and Mike Robinson and Reggie Wayne all week long, and Reggie Bush, and we were talking about how this is not a setback for him. And think about it. If a top-tier player breaks their hand in the middle of the season, they'll get it casted up, and they'll play with it. And they can't really use that hand. And no one says anything, you know, outside of, you know, the pregame comments, or, you know, even JPP, you know, unfortunate as it was, his hand not the same as it once was. And he's still able to play, and people don't really second guess his ability. Now, he's just had to deal without dealing with those fingers in the middle of his hand for a few years now. Shaq Griffin's been dealing with this his whole life. So for people that think that he can't do this, or for teams that may have passed on him because they thought, well, but I tell you, I mean, he wasn't going to be the number 1 overall pick, but going 141st, you know, I tweeted out there's going to be 140 teams that are going to be kicking themselves when they realize how good that this kid is going to be. And I'm like, I can't wait to see him go out there and succeed and thrive. And for him to be in a situation with his brother, I mean, and another thing, when you look at him, the fastest combine time for a linebacker ever, ever. And if you look at him, I mean, I think he has a lot of room to grow into his body. He doesn't look like an absolute mauler. Like, for all the weight that he puts up, which is crazy, for a man with two, think about how many guys he outbenched that have two well-working hands. And for all the things that he did, I think he's going to get into an NFL program. They're going to make all of his equipment that's going to enable him to do all the things that he does well even better. They're going to give him everything that he needs to succeed, and walking side by side with his brother. I feel like, man, this is a perfect storm for him, man. I was watching some of those, everything as it unfolded, and then watching like the vignettes of the call back and forth. And I can't even lie, man. My eyes were sweating a little bit. My eyes were sweating, but I mean, it was tough not to get emotional, man. I mean, you know how much hard work you put in at your own given craft, and to see this guy, never being hampered by anything, never being set back. I mean, it's tremendous, man. And then there's that little girl that they saw that was in the Central Florida cheerleading uniform, and she had the same affliction as him, and she just did the flip and everything. I mean, it's so inspiring, man. And I hope he goes out there and just destroys.
I'm the same way. How about 6 foot, 227 pounds, and if my memory serves me right, ran a 4.38 40.
Blazing.
That's crazy.
I think he has athletically, he has so much more room to grow. Like, I mean, his arms are not as veiny as they could be. I feel like he's not as lean as he potentially could be and will be. And I feel like it's people are they're going to feel him. I feel like they're really going to feel him on Sundays, because he's going to be a guy, man, he's going to leave his mark. I really believe that. And being with his brother, I feel like when they're on the field at the same time, if that can be something that they can work towards, they know how to play together and play towards each other's strengths and weaknesses. And I feel like being able to manipulate an offense like that with two guys who are so in lockstep, is something pretty special.
There ain't no doubt. Well, man, obviously we love doing this anytime that we can. Your schedule is a little bit busier.
How about this? The 115th pick overall, 4th round for the Bears. That's your boy Joel. How you say his last name though?
Hey! Now you know what? I've already started looking. I've already started looking it up. It's. Let's see. I need to be able to see it. It was I think it was Ayabunwe or Buniwe or something like that. I've looked it up, and it's ironic that he's from an old Sun Belt Conference rival in Western Kentucky, who's now in Conference USA. But we've had some lovely run-ins with Western Kentucky. But hey, watching that cat on film too, another dude that could be an under the radar kind of guy. So I'm cool with him. I'm cool. We'll see how they call him Iggy. I think I'm going to stick to Iggy, even though in that pronunciation of that last name there is no Iggy sound to it. I'm going to stick with Iggy because I think it's just going to be. I think it's just going to be a lot easier.
You got it, man. I'm down with that.
Well, man, let the listening audience know where they can catch you on the TV and, of course, on the radio as well.
I'll be on NFL Total Access on Friday. Nothing on Sirius anytime soon, and at least for the time being. Whenever they need someone to come out of the bullpen, I'm always there. But working a little Dodgers action too on the May 8th. I do Dodgers pre and post game from Dodger Stadium, but I don't think anyone in your viewing audience has Spectrum. So maybe there'll be a crazy ending, and I'll be on the walk-off highlight getting the interview and probably trying to get out of the way if someone dumps some thirst quencher in my direction.
That's right. That's right. Well, man, it's always good to hear from you, my friend, man, and keep doing it big, and let's do this more often.
Whenever, anytime, guys.
See you, buddy. That's our man Cole Wright. He's it's funny because he during draft coverage, of course, there's a ton going on, and I leave my Sirius XM on NFL radio pretty often,
right?
And he was on there quite a bit during the NFL draft, but he's doing it big, man. You can see him on NFL Total Access. He did the mock draft live as well, but he's all over the NFL Network.
The thing about Cole, he's genuine.
He's a great dude. Great dude. I got to spend a little time with him when we were in Cali. So, anyway, with that being said, a little My Jam Monday, a little LL Cool J. It's a Munchies Monday. Are you hungry yet? Go get you some of them hot and fresh cheese sticks from Munchies right there on Caraway Road. Call in your order. Pick it up in the new pickup window. 43 years in counting. That's Munchies. And we'll hit this first break of today's show, 11:41, RWRC Radio, fueled by Flash Market, coming to you live from the Stadium Auto Body Collision Center studios. We're right here on ESPN Jonesboro, 92.7, Ritter Communications Tubetown, Channel 21, and, of course, on our website, redwolfrollcall.com.
Cassette and push play. Cali. I don't think so. I'm coming back to Cali. I'm coming back to Cali. Going back to Cali, shaking them, baking them, taking them to spots they never before hung. Back place, on Sunset it's a trip where the AC's cold, but the girl still stripped. The record skipped, but this girl kept dancing, prancing.
This segment has been brought to you by the official barber of Red Wolf Roll Call Radio, Ace of Blades. Ace of Blades now in their brand new location, 3227 East Matthews Avenue, right here in Jonesboro. Barber Toby Stoker specializes in men's and boys' haircuts. Open Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and by appointment only on Saturdays. Gonna ask a silly question here. Why are you paying so much for mattresses and furniture when you can save yourself up to almost 70% off the retail price? Not such a silly question after all, huh? That's right. Save up to almost 70% off when you shop at NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture. Do they have name brands? Well, if Beauty Rest, Nature's Sleep, Simmons Platinum, Simmons Silver Hybrid, Serta, Royal Heritage are brand names, then, well, yes, they have brand names. Twin sets starting at $125, full starting at $150, queen starting at $165, and king starting at $250. They're located at 3704 East Highland Drive, across from All Star Music. You can also find them on Facebook at NEA Mattress Direct, or you can call 870-679-9510 or 501-454-5613 to schedule an appointment. They take major credit cards and financing is available. Mention you heard this ad on Red Wolf Roll Call and get an additional $25 off any purchase over $300. NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture. Why pay more at a retail store?
Hey, how you doing? Tony here. Earl. Yeah, Earl. You see, me and the boys, we have recently been relocated to the greater Jonesboro metropolitan area. It's okay. One little slight problem. Me and the boys, we're homesick for some good home cooking, like Mother used to make. Then we found this 1812 pizza, and it's all good now with me and the boys.
Hey, boss, Tommy 2 Times wants to know what's a grit.
Vinny, I'm talking here.
Boss, I thought my name was Joe Bob.
Vinny! As I was saying, 1812 Pizza, they got it all. Not only pizzas, but they got salads, wraps, appetizers. They even got a meatball sub. It's to die for.
Yeah, boss. Tell them about the meatball sub.
Vinny, you just keep talking and you're gonna be a meatball sub. As I was saying, they got subs, sandwiches, and much more.
Boss, tell them about the wings.
Vinny, if you want my brother, anyways, it's good as mama's. And if you tell her that, I will totally deny it. Vinny, that's my slice of pizza. Put it down. Vinny, put it down. Vinny!
1812 Pizza Company, 2815 Ray Street. Download their app from the App Store and receive $5 off your first purchase. Or you can go online to 1812pizzacompany.com. 1812 Pizza Company. By now, 2 things that you have invested in is your house and your automobile. You take pride in your home, you keep it clean, mow the yard, the general maintenance stuff. Why don't you show the same love for your automobile? Yeah, that's right, your automobile. Why are you neglecting it? It's time for you to repair your relationship with your automobile. Give it love, give it Rhino Car Wash. Your car will love you for it. And now you can show your love 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. 4 convenient locations in Arkansas: Paragould, Searcy, Cabot, and now 1840 East Highland Drive in Jonesboro. They proudly provide service through an express tunnel wash with free vacuums. And remember, membership has its privileges at Rhino Car Wash. Pick from 3 monthly memberships and wash your car anytime and as many times as you want. Your car loves you, love it back at Rhino Car Wash.
Everyone's heard the phrase one-stop shopping, and in today's world where time is valuable and convenience is the word, our society wants things fast and immediate. Now, take that same adage and apply that to real estate and property management business. Believe it or not, there is one company located here in Northeast Arkansas that's head and shoulders above anyone else in the real estate market with nearly 30 years of experience. OnQ Real Estate and Property Management is the one-stop shopping for all your real estate and property management needs, specializing in management of single-family homes, apartments, condos, office and retail, as well as residential sales. Bottom line, OnQ will protect your investment, keeping an eye on it 24/7 with worry-free maintenance. They'll make sure you maximize your goals and objectives as a property owner. You can find OnQ Real Estate and Property Management on Facebook or Twitter, or online at onqproperties.com. Give them a call at 870-520-MGMT. Property owners, do yourself a favor. Take one more worry out of your life. OnQ Real Estate and Property Management. Management this good cannot be ignored.
In the South, rooting for our favorite team is just that, part of the South. And so is the food. Some say Southern cooking is a religion. And one thing about Southern folks, they can spot good down-home cooking, and they can spot the bad too. For several generations now, Barnhill's Country Buffet has done it right. Down-home, homemade, good old Southern cooking. The way your mama and grandma used to make it. Everything made with that certain touch. Chicken, fish, roast beef, ham, soup, salad, veggies, fresh baked bread, rolls, cornbread, and the dessert bar. Oh yeah, don't forget the dessert bar. Then there's another challenge, picking from their outstanding weekend breakfast buffet. Saturday and Sunday morning starting at 7 a.m. Eggs, bacon, ham, sausage, fried taters, biscuits, gravy, grits, fruit, and even chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles. Barnhill's Country Buffet next to Hastings and Old Navy in the Caraway Plaza. There's a reason why Barnhill's has been serving folks for generations now. Great food at a great price. Barnhill's Country Buffet.
On the trails, outdoors, and on the streets, Jonesboro Cycle and ATV can't be beat. Great deals on wheels, parts, and accessories. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV. We've got trucks and apparel and gear. You can get it all here. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV.
Come see Jonesboro Cycle and ATV's brand new gigantic facility. 14,000 square feet on Fair Park Boulevard across from the Electric Cowboy. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV, your Arctic Cat ATV, Prowler, and Wildcat dealer. It's the Gone Wheelin' sales event with low financing and rebates. Only ride an ATV that is right for your age. Supervised riders younger than 16. Each rider must wear a seatbelt and approved helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. We recommend all ROV operators have a valid driver's license and that all riders take a training course. Read and understand the owner's manual before operation. For safety or training information, see your dealer. Offer subject to change. Not all applicants will qualify. See dealer for details. Arctic Cat, share our passion.
Affordable fun for the whole family. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV.
And I told my wife, I said, something has got to be done. And they taught me to come in and back in action. And I said, all right, I'll give it a try. I got to do something. I was hurting so bad, it wasn't funny. And they have, it's amazing how they've helped me. He treated me like friends. And I'll tell you what, I have been telling people about this. And because I still can't believe it.
If you have back pain or neck pain, call my daddy. If you're out of action, get back in.
Back in action, 250 Southwest Drive. Give them a call today, 870-802-WELL. That's 870-802-9355. Or check them out on the web, backinactionofjonesboro.com. Got an opinion? Or maybe you just want to say, hey, how you doing? Hit us up all across the Rhino Car Wash social media sideline on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rhino Car Wash, home of the unlimited car wash, monthly memberships, and the best free vacuums in town.
She had the whole show, and that's a natural fact. Live all night with KK. I got to tell you how good it's his thing. The blues ladies keep me right. As long as we can make it to the show tonight, we're an American band. We're an American band.
Well, a little My Jam Monday RWRC radio style. Yeah, we're fueled by Flash Market, coming to you live from the Stadium Auto Body Collision Center Studios, right here on ESPN Jonesboro, 92.7. Ritter Communications Tubetown, Channel 21. It's a My Jam Monday. It's a Munchies Monday. That's right.
You know, I failed to mention this. I saw this yesterday, but now on Sundays,
I was going to say that. Good
kids
job.
eat free.
That is correct.
And it's a heck of a deal.
Free is always a pretty good deal.
I know, but the thing is, usually, it's like, okay, if you buy one adult meal, you get one child meal. No, this is you get two.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. Children's eat free. That's right. Every Sunday at Munchies on Caraway Road. Of course, they've got the half sandwich bowl of soup special going on right now for $6.99. Go by, check them out. And if you want to order, you can order by phone and swing by and pick it up from their easy drive-through window. You don't even have to get out of your vehicle now. So that's Munchies, 43 years and counting. Updated look at today's Calmer Solutions hot topic of the day. If you could have one of these guys in their prime, who you got? Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, or Emmitt Smith. Let's see. Hunter West chimes in, says Barry, no doubt. Shannon Holland says Jim Brown. Mike Johansson says Jim Brown. John Nichols says sweetness. Darren Swisher chimes in on Facebook. He says today's NFL, Marshall Faulk. Marshall is not on the list. Let's see. Who else? Goodness gracious, we have a ton of them. All right. Let's see. Barry all day from Gail Taylor. Jay Burr says Barry freaking Sanders. Tim Burr says hands down Barry Sanders. Saw him in college at Okie State. What a pleasure. Scott Clayton, he says depends on the O-line blocking scheme. Jim Brown if you started from scratch. John Harden says Walter Payton. Seth Elder says Barry Sanders. Richard Ricks says Payton. Benjamin Rush Davison, he chimes in. The man broke every record known to man in 9 years and retired. If he would have played as long as Emmitt, his records will still be standing. Could catch passes like a receiver. Could juke anyone on the field, but didn't have to because he would run through them. This is the biggest no-brainer ever, Jim Brown. He's a little partial, though. He's a little partial, and unfortunately for him, being a lifelong Browns fan, you don't have a whole lot to grasp onto. I mean,
and we were,
it's just the facts.
And I brought up, Gail Sears. Someone else, in his prime when he was healthy was the Tyler Rose, Earl Campbell.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, physical, physical runner. Looking over on our Rhino Car Wash social media sideline on Twitter, David Gordy says Barry Sanders. Let's see. Track coach Allie, his name's Jason. He says Barry Sanders. Aaron Lowe says sweetness. I assume he means sweetness.
I think that's what he meant.
Rex Steele says Barry Sanders hands down, and I assume this gif from Gary means he's pulling for Barry Sanders as well.
Not a lot of love for Emmitt.
Well, and you know what? I've always felt that Emmitt was a little fortunate. He was fortunate to have that line that he had. He was in a perfect scenario for a running back. You had obviously having Michael Irvin, Jay Novacek.
Yeah.
You had the Moose blocking for you.
Yep.
You had Troy Aikman. I mean, Alvin Harper. I mean, I can just keep naming guys from when Emmitt played for Dallas that you looked and you're like, look at that longevity he has. Look at that line blocking for him. I mean, he's got it made. That's something that these other three guys can't say.
Right.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you, 85 Bears, greatest team ever assembled.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I'm not the only one who believes that. But in Payton's early years,
he had no help.
He literally had to do it all on his own, a lot like Jim Brown had to do it on his own as well.
And I still say to this day,
Barry Sanders, come on, man. How many great Detroit Lion teams are in existence?
Yeah.
You don't ever hear Detroit Lions mention great anything.
Yeah.
And that offensive line was garbage.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go back to the early 50s with the Lions.
I mean, Barry Sanders is certainly made chicken salad out of you-know-what.
Well, actually, with Detroit, you got to go back to early 50s with slinging Sammy Ball. No, one thing about Walter Payton, and we talked about this, is that, why did he not get a chance to score a touchdown in that Super Bowl?
Well, and that's still something that bothers a lot of people. It bothered Walter before he passed. You let the fridge run it in, and
it's like Ditka. Come on.
That's still that's still a problem amongst the guys too. Mm-hmm. They wanted to see Walter get in the end zone.
Well, because the thing is, Walter carried that team for a long time,
forever.
But like I said, when they were really bad.
Yes. But let's see. Our man Justin Cook chimes in. He says Emmitt Smith. Shocker that he would go homer pick there. Barry retired in his prime, so I'd like to have the guy actually playing. If for one season though, I take Barry. If you could have any of those guys in their prime, I'm sorry, but Emmitt's going to be fourth on that list.
Because Jim Brown.
Jim Brown, I think personally, is the reason we had extinction of dinosaurs. I think he made them go away. There wasn't anything that Jim Brown couldn't run through, including a T-Rex. The dude is unbelievable.
The only thing that stopped Jim Brown was Hollywood and good-looking women.
Yeah. And, he was there over the weekend for the draft,
yeah.
And, obviously age is playing a toll on him. But, man, that guy, wow, unbelievable. But, again, this isn't one of those things where we do today's Commerce Solutions Hot Topic of the Day and we go, you're wrong. You're wrong. No, it's just an opinion. But you can hit us up, Back in Action Hotline, 870-330-0927. The MC Express text line, 870-372-RWRC. That's 7972. We've already got 1 hour in the books. Yeah, our interview went long with Cole Wright of the NFL Network and SiriusXM NFL Radio. But when we get him on, man, we could honestly go 2 hours with him.
Oh, yeah.
I've known him for quite some time now.
And the other thing with Cole, we could talk every sport out there.
Yeah. Well, and he's like me. He's a Chicago sports guy. And so that's his background. So he's like me. He and I text back and forth, and a lot of times it's in torturous times, like, why did we do this? But anyway, he also, as you heard him say too, he also does the pre and post game quite often for the Los Angeles Dodgers now on television out in LA. So anyway, all right, 1 hour in the books, 1 hour to go. We'll kick off hour number 2 with your top of the hour update, brought to you by NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture. Why pay more at a retail store? We'll talk about these A-State Red Wolves that signed undrafted deals and getting rookie camp invites. That's next.
I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I don't see nothing wrong, baby. Hey, I don't see nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I don't see nothing wrong. Hey, look at here. Just what you want, and I know just.
This segment is brought to you by The Party Store, 7393 US 49 South. Only 10 minutes from Tailgate City, the Convocation Center, and Tomlinson Kell. Beer, wine, and spirits since 1965. That's The Party Store. Disruptive may be just another overused buzzword, But disruptions in business like network downtime, data loss, social media abuse, and slow speeds are downright disruptive. For businesses large or small, Calmer Solutions offers powerful, affordable, yet customized solutions specifically for your business to prevent disruptions and simplify IT. For consultation or to try any of their solutions risk-free for 30 days, visit calmersolutions.com/disruptive or call 870-336-2169. Calmer Solutions is a proud supporter of Arkansas State University.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Julian with Safe Light Auto Glass.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Only America's largest gives you the reliability of this Safe Light advantage. It's what makes us different, with over 5,000 mobile glass shops in all 50 states. So we're always nearby, and the only national lifetime guarantee, keeping you covered wherever you are. Make the safe choice.
Just ask your insurance company for Safe Light or call 800-800-2727 or go to safelight.com.
By now, two things that you have invested in is your house and your automobile. You take pride in your home, you keep it clean, mow the yard, you know, the general maintenance stuff. Why don't you show the same love for your automobile? Yeah, that's right, your automobile. Why are you neglecting it? It's time for you to repair your relationship with your automobile. Give it love, give it Rhino Car Wash. Your car will love you for it. And now you can show your love 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. 4 convenient locations in Arkansas: Paragould, Searcy, Cabot, and now 1840 East Highland Drive in Jonesboro. They proudly provide service through an express tunnel wash with free vacuums. And remember, membership has its privileges at Rhino Car Wash. Pick from 3 monthly memberships and wash your car anytime and as many times as you want. Your car loves you, love it back at Rhino Car Wash. MC Express has been serving the shipping industry as an irregular route carrier for over 20 years. MC Express has developed an enviable reputation in the trucking industry over those 20-plus years of performance on the highways of our nation. Since the beginning, they have provided efficient, reliable, and professional transport solutions from coast to coast. During this period, MC Express has continually updated their operations with state-of-the-art software to be able to provide customers with not only excellent service, but also paperless data and invoicing. With 48-state delivery, GPS tracking on all shipments, access to an 80,000 square foot warehouse in Jonesboro for warehousing needs. You see why MC Express is the leader in the trucking industry. So if you're looking for a dependable company to ship your product or looking for employment in the trucking industry, contact MC Express today. Find them on Facebook or log on to mcexpressinc.com or give them a call at 870-931-0313. Fast, reliable, friendly service, and they also move the Red Wolves every football season. That's MC Express.
Teamwork, the combined effort of a group of people, especially when effective and efficient. That definition applies to Stanley & Woodard Law Firm. Dedicated to a process, dedicated to excellence, dedicated to quality, dedicated to an oath. Bill Stanley and Jared Woodard are dedicated to those ideas. ASU alum, ASU letterman, they understand teamwork, combining their efforts to find justice for you, never taking shortcuts. Stop getting the runaround and start getting results. Whether you're looking for representation regarding personal injury, civil litigation, DWI, criminal defense, wrongful death, or nursing home abuse or negligence, you won't find better representation in the greater Jonesboro area. With a combined 35 years practicing law, Stanley & Woodard Law Firm delivers the respect you deserve. Stop the frustration. Start the process today. To make an appointment, go by Stanley & Woodard Law offices at 326 South Church Street or give them a call 932-2000. 932-2000. Or log on to stanleywoodard.com. Respect, results, relief. That's the Stanley & Woodard Law Firm.
For over 35 years, only one lawn service has served Northeast Arkansas and their valued customers like no other. With great products, great customer service, and a company that you can depend on, Superior Lawn Services stands alone. Weed control, fertilization, and shrub and ornamentals care have been their signature service. Now, they've added another product line to help customers here in Northeast Arkansas. Perimeter Pest Control, Flea and Tick Control, and Mosquito Management Program. These are their newest services to their lineup. Applications to your yard can eradicate these insects immediately, and scheduled follow-up visits can keep these pests away for good. Let them install a misting system you can control from your phone to give those mosquitoes a 1-2 punch. With no worries and no insect bites, Get back to the outdoors with a trusted company and a member of the American Mosquito Control Association. Superior Lawn Services can make your yard look beautiful in no time. So get out there and enjoy your yard again. For more info about their services, go to superiorlawnservices.com or give them a call, 870-932-1195. Say bye to fleas, ticks, insects, and mosquitoes for good. Let Superior Lawn Service use their 35 years of experience to make your yard your kingdom.
This is Tegan, and you're listening to Red Wolf Roll Call Radio with my dad, JC, on ESPN Jonesboro 92.7.
Is hour number 2, RWRC Radio. We are fueled by Flash Market. JC, Uncle Walls, we're in this man cave known as the Stadium Auto Body Collision Center Studios. We're right here on ESPN Jonesboro 92.7, Ritter Communications Tubetown, Channel 21, and of course, all across the planet on our website, redwolfrollcall.com. And listen, it's a My Jam Monday, a little Post Malone off his new album there. And if you got any song requests, hit us up. Back in Action Hotline 870-330-0927. MC Express text line 870-372-RWRC. That's 7972. And, of course, you can always reach us all across that bright and shiny, freshly vacuumed Rhino Car Wash social media sideline, Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook on this lovely, lovely My Jam Monday. Updated look at today's Commerce Solutions hot topic of the day. And getting a lot of response on this. Lots of response on today's hot topic. If you could have one of these guys in their prime, who you got? Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, or Emmitt Smith? And I'm telling you, it looks as if right now Barry Sanders is the leader in the clubhouse.
Yep.
Our man G chimes in on the MC Express text line. He says Barry all day, every day. Darren Swisher, he chimes in. Jonesboro Cycling ATV. Today's NFL would be Emmitt Smith, a back that catches the ball out of the backfield. Of course, I'm a Cowboys fan. I would say Marshall Faulk. I don't think you can go wrong on this list, but I think if I had to rank the 4, it's very hard for me to do because I'm going to be a homer. Seeing what I've seen from Walter Payton day in, day out was just phenomenal. And I got to see a lot of Barry Sanders, too, obviously, playing my Bears twice a year. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna go 1A, 1B.
Okay.
Because I will never take anything away from Barry Sanders. That guy was phenomenal. Walter 1A, Barry Sanders 1B. I'd put Jim Brown right there behind him. Emmitt Smith, in my opinion, is a distant fourth.
Someone else I brought up during the break, and I said again, if he had stayed healthy, Bo Jackson.
Yeah, Bo. Unbelievable. You look at the hip issues that he had, and you think of that 99-yard touchdown that he had on Monday Night Football, just phenomenal. You think about him playing for the Kansas City Royals, running up the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the most phenomenal athletes you will ever see is Bo Jackson. Another guy that's a phenomenal athlete, not a running back, but a guy that was a phenomenal athlete was Deion Sanders. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a guy taking a helicopter from the World Series to go play in the NFL and vice versa.
Right, yeah.
I mean, this guy was fortunate enough to play in the World Series and play in multiple Super Bowls,
right,
and win,
right.
And so, you think about him as an athlete, unbelievable. But anyway, we could talk about this all day long. But just getting a ton of responses on these. I'm trying to read them all as I get a chance. Let's see. Alicia Holloway Doolittle, she chimes in on our Rhino Car Wash social media sideline on Facebook. She says sweetness. She's rolling with sweetness. As well. I don't think there's a wrong answer, honestly. It's all opinion based on this one, as much of our Calmer Solutions hot topic of the day are. But in a case like this one, it's very much an opinion. I don't think you can go wrong with any, even Emmitt Smith. I don't think you're necessarily going wrong, but I just think that of the situations for all of these running backs, you have to look at it as a whole. Emmitt had the best situation.
Mm-hmm.
He had the best. He was on the most complete team for years.
Right.
You talk about the Bears, the 85 Bears, 86 Bears. Great teams, but Emmitt's longevity of having a tailor-made team was much longer than any one of the other three. And you look at the records and you see why.
Right, yeah.
And so, anyway, time getting our top of the hour update. It's brought to you each and every day by NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture. Why pay more at a retail store? We tell you all the time, if you're in the market for a new bed, new sofa, new love seat, new recliner, hey, it doesn't matter. They got it. They got it all. If they don't have it, they can order it for you. You can pay as low as 30 cents on the retail dollar. That's NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture.
Gonna ask a silly question here. Why are you paying so much for mattresses and furniture when you can save yourself up to almost 70% off the retail price? Not such a silly question after all, huh? That's right. Save up to almost 70% off when you shop at NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture. Do they have name brands? Well, if Beauty Rest, Nature's Sleep, Simmons Platinum, Simmons Silver Hybrid, Serta, Royal Heritage are brand names, then, well, yes, they have brand names. Twin sets starting at $125, full starting at $150, queen starting at $165, and king starting at $250. They're located at 3704 East Highland Drive, across from All Star Music. You can also find them on Facebook at NEA Mattress Direct. Or you can call 870-679-9510 or 501-454-5613 to schedule an appointment. They take major credit cards and financing is available. Mention you heard this ad on Red Wolf Roll Call and get an additional $25 off any purchase over $300. NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture. Why pay more at a retail store?
All right. Time for your top of the hour update brought to you by NEA Mattress Direct and Furniture. Why pay more at a retail store? We talked a little bit about this in hour number one, but it is odd when you look at the NFL draft last week. You think about 7 rounds, and you don't have one Arkansas State Red Wolf selected, especially after having a streak of like 9 years in a row that it happened. And it is a very strange process. I think, and I truly believe this, just being around Pro Day and the scouts and everything, that if Javon had been healthy, he would have been drafted.
Yeah.
Him suffering the hamstring pull in Indianapolis for the combine,
right?
That hurt him there, and then it wasn't healed by the time Pro Day came around, but he still did everything.
Right.
He still did everything that he could do.
Right.
But I think that hurt him some, of course. And, you look at his size. I mean, in the NFL, it's no thing to see, linebackers 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", even. I mean, big guys. And he's going to play in a 3-4 system, as an outside linebacker, much like what we talked about with Chris Odom last year with Green Bay. You have to learn the position of linebacker. For so long, Javon has been a guy with the hand in the dirt, just rushing the quarterback, and that's what he does.
Right.
But you're going to have to do more than that to be in the NFL. But Kansas City signs him to an undrafted free agent contract. Cincinnati Bengals signed him to an undrafted free agent contract. Kansas City does D-liner and Blake Mack. And you look over there, and those guys are going to have an opportunity to make some noise in Kansas City as well.
With D, I just kind of wonder, of course, he suffered through some injuries and was banged up a little bit this season. But when Pro Day got there and he started garnering a lot of attention from Jacksonville, I thought, okay, we got something here. we got something here. I really thought, okay, if Jacksonville has invested that much time in him, that apparently they're going to make a pick. But I kept waiting for that to happen. I kept thinking, okay, it's Jacksonville's pick.
And fortunately for Javon, and I mentioned the 3-4, you look at him and you would think that that's what he's going to play in, is like Chris with, you look at him, you try to make him an outside linebacker who rushes the quarterback. A lot of those outside linebackers in today's NFL, that's what they are. They're rush specialists.
Right.
Cincinnati runs a 4-3. And so it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Javon. I mean, do they leave him at rush end because he's going to be a little undersized in the NFL coming off that edge like that? And so I thought that was a little bit odd. I anticipated him going somewhere in a 3-4 defense where he would just be that outside linebacker that could rush the passer, but he would have to learn the other aspects of the linebacking position. Cincinnati runs a 4-3. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to use him. If they're going to put him on the end and just let him specifically work as a rush end.
Right.
I'm not sure how that's going to work for him. You look at D and Blake Mack and their situations with Kansas City. Those are both really good situations for those two. And Kansas City is a 3-4 defense, so you would anticipate, obviously, D being that nose. And he's going to be the nose of that 3-4. But Blake, in my opinion, has an opportunity. When you look at what they have in Kansas City at the tight end position, I think he has an opportunity to get in there and make some noise and stick.
What it kind of reminds me of is David Johnson that went to Pittsburgh and then back went to San Diego and then back with him. But he was like an H back, and I can see Blake doing that for Kansas City.
Well, and he's a guy who comes to Arkansas State as a wide receiver, and he has a lot of wide receiver skills. Ball skills wise, as a tight end, he's got wide receiver skills. He's very athletic for a tight end, and in today's offense in the NFL, he will be a nice piece to have in Kansas City. So he's got an opportunity to go in and make some noise there. You talk about Kyle Wilson. Kyle Wilson gets an opportunity. He's going to have to make it the hard way too. But getting a rookie minicamp invite with the world champs, with the Philadelphia Eagles. Kyle, to me, in the comparison's very simple, just because anytime you have a short linebacker, and when I say short, anything that's under 6'3", 6'4" in the NFL is short at linebacker. But London Fletcher did it for so many years that Kyle is just a tackle machine. Kyle is a guy that he seems to find the football all the time.
Well, it's funny you said that because there were several 6-foot linebackers that were drafted the other day. I can't right top of my head, but
Roquan Smith with the Bears, he is just barely over 6 foot.
Yeah, but I saw several. They were 6 foot. I kept thinking like, well, okay, will they give Kyle a chance? The thing with Kyle Wilson is all he needs is a chance. That's all he needs. Just give him a chance, and then more than likely, if he makes a team, he's going to make it on special teams. But once you get in there on special teams and someone goes down and you have to go in and fill the spot, then there you go. And that's what happened with London Fletcher is finally with somebody that got hurt, he went in there and he never gave up his position.
The scary thing about the direction of the NFL is, though, and when you reference special teams, is the elimination of the kickoff it seems to be the direction that they're going. That's going to hurt a lot of these guys. I think it hurt Shaq Griffin. I think it hurt him. He's a guy that could have came in right away and played special teams for Seattle. The direction that they're headed, if they eliminate the kickoff, man, you're going to be taking a lot of guys' jobs.
Right.
And so, and to me, it's probably one of the most electric moments of a football game is the kickoff.
Right.
That kickoff return, it's big time. But J.P. Filbert also on the offensive line has an opportunity with a rookie minicamp with Kansas City as well. He's going to get an opportunity to go in there, and of course he played in the Big 12 with Iowa State, 1 year with Arkansas State. He's got an opportunity. He looked pretty good at Pro Day himself. Chris Murray is a Florida boy. And so he's getting a rookie minicamp invite with Tampa Bay. He's already worked out for them once, and he'll get an opportunity to go there and make some noise also. I look at him and I think, wow, somebody's going to get a gem with Chris Murray. Chris Murray will work his tail off.
There again, just give Chris Murray a chance. Just give him a chance.
But right now, the number stands at 6. Yeah. And so you've got Javon in Cincinnati. You've got D-liner Blake Mack and J.P. Filbert in Kansas City. Then you've got Kyle Wilson in Philly. And then Chris Murray with Tampa Bay. And so the opportunities are there. Yeah. I still expect Blaze Taylor to get an opportunity. Dijon Pascal will probably get an opportunity. These guys, that's why they've got the powers that be in place, the agents and whatnot representing them. But it's just the Monday after the draft, and there's still a lot of things going on with free agent signings and camp invites and so on and so forth. And I will tell you, too, when Blaze gets in a camp, when he gets an invite, coaches will be blown away with his knowledge of the game,
right?
And how coachable he is, and the amount of heart that he has. That dude will stand out. I'm just telling you, he will go and he will stand out wherever he gets an opportunity, and that'll give him a chance to stick. And I don't know why anybody in the world wouldn't give him a shot to do punt return too.
That's what I had posted the other day. Because everyone's so fixated on the draft picks and this and whatever. But we've talked about this many times before. But I had posted that on Twitter the other day. It said 20%. Of the players on the Super Bowl roster, or 3-star higher coming out of high school, only 20%. Now, the other thing, too, is you look at the Super Bowl rosters, 70% of those players on that roster is round 5 or
lower
or free agents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about that. I mean, Tony Romo is a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
James Harrison, Pittsburgh Steelers.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
So just because you don't get drafted, it doesn't mean, if you want it bad enough, they'll find a place, on a team. But you look at James Harrison, Tony Romo, some of these guys that were signed as free agents, but once they had the chance and it was given the chance to perform, they performed very well. And then came around, to sign their second contract. Well, that's where they cashed in.
Yeah.
Because you said this so many times. You said this last week several times, Joel, that you go back and you look at how many guys in round 1 and 2 are bust.
Oh no, it's crazy because to me, as I've said before, it's hard for me to label a guy as a bust. It's to me, it's fit. It's coaching staff. It's, these guys don't just forget how to play football, but really and truly, you look at, we focus so much on rounds 1, 2, and 3 of the NFL draft. 4, 5, 6, and 7 and undrafted signees are where you make your money.
That's right.
That's how championship teams are born.
Exactly.
It's not in 1, 2, and 3 that builds championship teams. It's rounds 4 through 7 in the undrafted gems that you find. And to me, this year might be the biggest year for undrafted free agents. You're going to see a lot of guys make their name from being undrafted free agents. When I look at the guys that went undrafted, you see, I mean, Simi Cobb's a wide receiver from Indiana. He was anywhere from a 3rd round on down. He went undrafted.
Right.
I mean, Hercules Matafala, or however you say his last name, at Washington State. That dude, I watched that dude play multiple times this year. Disruptive as can be, undrafted.
Right.
I mean, there is a lot of guys this year that went undrafted that I think you could even see as the draft went along, the quote-unquote experts are looking going, I don't know. Like, I don't know why.
Well, there was one the other day. Riley Ferguson.
Yeah, Riley Ferguson, quarterback from Memphis. We recruited him here. He's going to be a gem. I mean, he's going to be a gem for somebody. You put him in a system and you let him learn. He's a gunslinger. Yeah. He's got the swag and the attitude to do it and to stick with it. But as he sat there undrafted, I went, probably one of the biggest shocking moments to me was the fact that the whole second round didn't have one quarterback.
Right.
I mean, that was surprising to me. Mason Rudolph goes in the 3rd round. Kyle Laletta goes after that. I mean, you're just looking like, really? This is kind of surprising. You have 5 go in the 1st round,
right.
None in the 2nd.
And then when it's all said and done, was it 12 players drafted from Alabama?
Oh, yeah.
And some of those guys, Mel Kiper was like, well, I didn't have them that high.
Well,
they're marginal.
They had a backup defensive lineman who's seen limited snaps get drafted.
Yeah.
Like limited, very limited tape on him. Hardly anything to see on him, and he got drafted.
Yeah. Go figure.
Alabama just continuing to build a dynasty over there. But anyway, 1226 RWRC Radio. We are fueled by Flash Market. We're coming to you live from the Stadium Auto Body Collision Center studios. We're right here on ESPN Jonesboro 92.7. Ritter Communications Tubetown, Channel 21. I know we haven't talked any NBA playoffs. We'll get to it this week. I promise. We will talk NBA playoffs and more this week. But coming up next, get out those number 2 pencils, get them all sharpened up, sit up straight in your desk, get out that loose leaf notebook paper. 5 random facts on this Monday, brought to you by On Cue Property Management. That is next. This segment is brought to you by The Party Store, 7393 US 49 South. Only 10 minutes from Tailgate City, the Convocation Center, and Tomlinson Kell. Beer, wine, and spirits since 1965. That's The Party Store.
Everyone's heard the phrase one-stop shopping, and in today's world where time is valuable and convenience is the word, our society wants things fast and immediate. Now, take that same adage and apply that to real estate and property management business. Believe it or not, there is one company located here in Northeast Arkansas that's head and shoulders above anyone else in the real estate market with nearly 30 years of experience. On Cue Real Estate and Property Management is the one-stop shopping for all your real estate and property management needs, specializing in management of single-family homes, apartments, condos, office and retail, as well as residential sales. Bottom line, On Cue will protect your investment, keeping an eye on it 24/7 with worry-free maintenance. They'll make sure you maximize your goals and objectives as a property owner. You can find On Cue Real Estate and Property Management on Facebook or Twitter, or online at oncueproperties.com. Give them a call at 870-520-MGMT. Property owners, do yourself a favor. Take one more worry out of your life. On Cue Real Estate and Property Management. Management this good cannot be ignored.
Stadium Auto Body, take care of you.
Changes everywhere, even in the auto body industry. Stadium Auto Body is changing with the industry to adapt to deliver you excellent quality repairs, superior customer service, and a quick turnaround time start to finish. Stadium Auto Body gets you back on the road fast. Stadium Auto Body on Stadium Boulevard in Jonesboro and Highway 49 North in Paragould.
Stadium Auto Body, take care of you.
Attention, members and guests. Oh yeah, love that horn and love that song. A-State must have scored again. That's what you'll hear when you're at J-Town's Grill. If you listen to the Red Wolf Roll Call Radio Network, we constantly talk about food and where to eat. One of our favorite places is located right across the street from Centennial Bank Stadium and just a few blocks from Tomlinson Kell and the Convocation Center. Start your meal with a wide selection of appetizers, and then comes your hardest part, choosing from one of the many selections from their menu. Chicken, burgers, pork, turkey, ham, shrimp, fish. J-Town's has something for everyone. The food, it's delicious, and the staff, they're wonderful. J-Town's Grill is the place to be every day. And remember, start your game day early and finish your game day late at J-Town's Grill. J-Town's Grill, 2610 East Johnson, right across the street from Centennial Bank Stadium. Give them a call today, 870-275-6514.
For nearly 10 years now, at the corner of Glenwood and Southwest Drive, Garehan Dental Care has been in the business of you. At Garehan Dental Care, it's their priority to deliver quality care to informed patients in a comfortable and convenient setting. An alumnus of Jonesboro High School, Arkansas State, and the University of Tennessee College of Dentistry, Dr. Emily Garehan cares about you. To take care of you, Dr. Garehan strives to stay ahead of the curve with the newest technology available for dental practices. Whether it's general dentistry to children or adults, Garehan Dental Care performs root canals, extractions, crowns, bridges, veneers, white composite fillings, dentures, and partials. They also offer Invisalign, a clear alternative to traditional metal braces. Plus, they offer different levels of teeth whitening, from easy at-home bleaching to more involved office procedures. Garehan Dental Care is always accepting new patients, and every day they're making more happy yous. You deserve the best because there's only one of you, and you only have one smile for a lifetime. Let Garehan Dental Care make you a happy you. Garehan Dental Care on Facebook, Twitter, and at GarehanDentalCare.com. Garehan Dental Care, 460 Southwest Drive. Call them at 870-931-1100. They're open Monday through Wednesday, 8:30 to 5, Thursdays, 7 to 3. Just for you. Teamwork, the combined effort of a group of people, especially when effective and efficient. That definition applies to Stanley & Woodard Law Firm. Dedicated to a process, dedicated to excellence, dedicated to quality, dedicated to an oath. Bill Stanley and Jared Woodard are dedicated to those ideas. ASU alum, ASU letterman, they understand teamwork, combining their efforts to find justice for you, never taking shortcuts. Stop getting the runaround and start getting results. Whether you're looking for representation regarding personal injury, civil litigation, DWI, criminal defense, wrongful death, or nursing home abuse or negligence, you won't find better representation in the greater Jonesboro area. With a combined 35 years practicing law, Stanley & Woodard Law Firm delivers the respect you deserve. Stop the frustration. Start the process today. To make an appointment, go by Stanley & Woodard Law offices at 326 South Church Street, or give them a call 932-2000. 932-2000. Or log on to StanleyWoodard.com. Respect, results, relief. That's the Stanley & Woodard Law Firm.
Hey, how you doing? Tony here. Earl. Yeah, Earl. You see, me and the boys, we have recently been relocated to the greater Jonesboro metropolitan area. It's okay. One little slight problem. Me and the boys, we're homesick for some good home cooking, like Mud I used to make. Then we found this 1812 pizza, and it's all good now with me and the boys.
Hey, boss, Tommy 2 Times wants to know what's a grit.
Vinny, I'm talking here.
Boss, I thought my name was Joe Bob.
Vinny! As I was saying, 1812 Pizza, they got it all. Not only pizzas, but they got salads, wraps, appetizers. They even got a meatball sub. It's to die for.
Yeah, boss. Tell them about the meatball sub.
Vinny, you just keep talking and you're gonna be a meatball sub. As I was saying, they got subs, sandwiches, and much more.
Boss, tell them about the wings.
Vinny, if you want my brother, anyways, it's good as mama's. And if you tell her that, I will totally deny it. Vinny, that's my slice of pizza. Put it down. Vinny, put it down. Vinny!
1812 Pizza Company, 2815 Ray Street. Download their app from the App Store and receive $5 off your first purchase. Or you can go online to 1812pizzacompany.com. 1812 Pizza Company. And now, back to Red Wolf Roll Call Radio with JC and Uncle Walls. Fueled by Flash Market, live from the Stadium Auto Body Collision Center studios, right here on ESPN Jonesboro 92.7.
The train!
You were gonna come to me, here you are, but you better choose carefully, 'cause I'm capable of anything, and everything. Make me your Cupid, baby, make me your one and only, but don't make me your...
Well, 1234 RWRC Radio, fueled by Flash Market, live in this man cave of ours, otherwise known as the Stadium Auto Body Collision Center Studios, right here on ESPN Jonesboro 92.7. Back in action hotline 870-330-0927. MC Express text line 870-372-RWRC. That's 7972. And of course, you can always reach us all across that bright and shiny, freshly vacuumed Rhino Car Wash social media sideline, Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook on this lovely, lovely My Jam Monday. It is a Munchies Monday. Yes, if you want a fresh and hot steamed sandwich, maybe some waffle fries, Maybe you're feeling a little waffle fries. Hey, they've got wraps too, by the way, and they steam the wraps as well. Delicious. I've already had 2 of them. But the world famous cheese sticks, you can get them regular or the spicy sticks. They even have some dessert options now too.
You know, I was looking at that little Sunny where kids eat free. It like basically one paid adult up to 2 kids get free, and they got the 2 choices: a half sandwich and chips, or a Munchies burger and fries, and you get a cookie with it.
There you go. That's Munchies, 43 years and counting. Our What's for Lunch, What's for Dinner sponsor each and every Monday on the show. Updated look at today's Calmer Solutions hot topic of the day. If you could pick one of these guys in their prime, which one would you pick? Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, or Emmitt Smith? Looking over on Facebook, Steve Evans chimes in. He says Barry Sanders. Chuck Garner chimes in. He says Barry Sanders as well. I think we're seeing a trend here.
Yeah, it's been pretty much Barry or Sweetness.
Lots of choices there, but anyway. Well, Walls, we get into a little entertainment, a little education, and all of that, and then some. Number 37 on your Chinese takeout menu. It's time to get into 5 random facts on this lovely My Jam Monday. And, of course, it's always brought to you by On Cue Property Management. We talk about them each and every day here on the show. And for you property owners out there, if you're tired of that hustle and bustle, the challenge of taking care of your rental properties, whether it's 1 or 100, it doesn't matter. They can take care of it for you. Over 27 years in the property management business, On Cue Property Management is there for you. And we'll let you hear a little bit more about them.
Everyone's heard the phrase one-stop shopping, and in today's world where time is valuable and convenience is the word, our society wants things fast and immediate. Now, take that same adage and apply that to real estate and property management business. Believe it or not, there is one company located here in Northeast Arkansas that's head and shoulders above anyone else in the real estate market with nearly 30 years of experience. On Cue Real Estate and Property Management is the one-stop shopping for all your real estate and property management needs, specializing in management of single-family homes, apartments, condos, office and retail, as well as residential sales. Bottom line, On Cue will protect your investment, keeping an eye on it 24/7 with worry-free maintenance. They'll make sure you maximize your goals and objectives as a property owner. You can find On Cue Real Estate and Property Management on Facebook or Twitter, or online at oncueproperties.com. Give them a call at 870-520-MGMT. Property owners, do yourself a favor. Take one more worry out of your life. On Cue Real Estate and Property Management. Management this good cannot be ignored.
All right, Wallace. Time to have a little bit of fun. Time to get into your 5 random facts on this Monday.
Cinco Hecto Sanatorios.
Brought to you by On Cue Property Management. We will start with number 5.
Numero 5.
There's a town in Alaska called, let's see, let me get this right. It's Whittier.
Okay.
It's called Whittier.
Okay.
It has a population of about 200 people.
Okay.
Whittier, Alaska. These 200 people, Walls, all have something in common.
They're all relatives.
That's not a bad guess.
Okay.
It's not a bad guess.
All cousins.
No. It's not it either.
They're all cross-eyed.
Stop bringing your family into this. No. These 200 people in Whittier, Alaska, they all live in one 14-story building that used to be an Army barracks.
Okay.
So all of Whittier lives in one 14-story building. That's it.
Okay.
Nobody else lives anywhere else. Right there in that building.
There you go.
So, I mean, if you need to have a town hall meeting, right there. You want to have an election? Right there.
Better not have a fire.
Parades? Right there. Yes, better not have a fire. You could be the whole town of Whittier is demolished. But, yes, Whittier, Alaska. They all live in one 14-story building that used to be an Army barracks. So there you go.
You used to watch that show, Northern Exposure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a great show.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
And number 4.
Numero 4.
Random fact.
Quattro.
On this Monday.
Quattro.
Brought to you by On Cue Property Management. There's a significant LSD shortage in the U.S.
Ah.
And apparently there has been now for more than a decade.
Uh-oh.
It's probably the 70s that did it. It's because it's virtually impossible to get one of the ingredients required to make it.
Okay.
Any idea what it is? I mean, come on, Mr. LSD over there.
Oh, us baby boomers. That's all y'all did. Smoke dope, take LSD.
Well, apparently,
listen to Doors albums.
It's a chemical compound. It's called ergot alkaloid. Ergot alkaloid. I don't know if it's ergo or ergot, but it's ERGOT alkaloid.
Okay.
It's hard to come by, and so therefore it's hard to make LSD.
Yeah.
So there you go. Number 3.
Numero tres.
Oh, this is totally you.
Tres.
This is totally you. Number 3 random fact on this Monday.
Right.
Brought to you by On Cue Property Management. And this probably gonna be a lot of y'all out there listening too, the old listening family out there. All right, the average person. And Uncle Walls, you're not average,
I'm
buddy.
above average.
When it comes to this, you might be a valedictorian. The average person passes gas 10 times every 24 hours and produces a full liter of flatulence.
Yes. That's a lot of methane gas there.
Oh, man. You just wait till Uncle Walls eats some pork cracklings or some pork rinds.
Hey, give me that Vic lighter. Let me show you something.
I figured it out on the road trips. The reason why he eats them is to cover up his smell of his flatulence. Because they both smell the same. I don't know how y'all eat pork rinds out there. I'm just telling y'all. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how you do it.
This is what I want to know.
Oh,
who has more of the methane gas, men or women?
I don't know. We can maybe do a scientific experiment if you want. Do we need to follow around 10 women, 10 men?
I don't know. I just wondering.
I mean, Pervy Jackson, you're not allowed to follow women around anymore. There's these restraining orders and stuff. But number 2.
Numero dos.
Random fact.
Dos.
On this Monday.
Dos.
It's brought to you by On Cue Property Management. You're more likely to get hurt at work on a Monday than any other day of the week. As if Mondays don't suck enough as it is.
They ain't over with yet.
That's a fact. But Monday seems to be the day. Do you know the day that has the fewest injuries?
Friday.
It is Friday. Wonder why that is.
Because everybody's
probably slacking.
Yeah.
Not doing as much work.
No.
You know, some of them out there are supposed to be climbing in some of them power boxes or something. They're like, nah, that's Friday. I ain't doing that. I'll save that till Monday.
Yeah.
Is it the save it till Monday thing?
It's the save it till Monday thing.
You save a whole bunch of extra work until Monday, and then it catches up with you?
We'll do it on Monday.
I bet that's what it is. I bet it's to save it till Monday.
Do it on Monday.
Well, maybe if you would save a little less till Monday and do more on Friday, you wouldn't get hurt as much. I don't know. We'll see. Last but not least, the number 1 random fact on this Monday, brought to you by On Cue Property Management. Footloose. Okay?
The movie.
Yes. Either one of them. Footloose didn't have a big enough budget to shoot a big dance scene for the ending. Okay? Budget wasn't good enough. But test audiences felt so cheated that the studio decided to put the money into the budget.
Okay.
Do you know how much it cost to shoot that scene? And they shot this scene, by the way, you're going to love this one, 6 weeks before the movie opened. Any idea?
A couple kajillion dollars.
Well, you and your kajillions. Kajillions is not a number. I hate to have to keep breaking that down to you.
$1 million.
No, a little less, Bob. $200,000 to shoot that one scene.
I would say that was very wise.
Did it make the movie?
Oh, yes.
Think it might have made the movie. May have made the movie. And it's still a freaking legendary movie to this day.
Yeah.
A classic, if you will.
Yeah.
There you go. That is your 5 random facts on this Monday. It's brought to you by On Cue Property Management. That's right. You own it. We operate it. Very, very simple. Our man Bray Brooks, he chimes in on the MC Express text line. He says, perfect reason for a longer weekend. Hashtag screw Mondays, hashtag screw the Raging Cajuns. I don't like ULL. Not sure what that has to do with Mondays, but I don't like Mondays. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't.
But it's funny you said about Footloose, because there's a lot of movies you go back and they talk about, well, when they tested with the audience, they didn't like the ending, and so they went back and changed the ending, and it was a hit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
but there's a lot of movies, stuff you see on VH1, the history behind, this movie or that movie. So,
well, and you look back, and I mean, it's your last impression of the movie,
right?
I went and seen the new Avengers: Infinity War on Friday, and the way it ended, I was like, "Huh, really?"
Yeah.
I mean, the movie's really good. Don't get me wrong; it's really good. But when it ended, you're like, "Dang,
there's one I saw the other night on the ending of Caddyshack.
Mm-hmm.
The explosion scene wasn't put in there.
Gotcha.
And after they tested it, it's like,
need a little something.
Need a
little extra cayenne. A little pinch of cayenne. I got you. All right, and by the way, for those of you who haven't seen the new Avengers, go see it. It's good. It's great. Thanks to my daughter. She bought me the movie pass for Christmas. And you may not know what the movie pass is. I'm giving them free pub on our show, but you can go see one movie a day for free.
Yeah.
Don't cost you a dime. Don't cost you a dime. It is a very great investment for someone like me who loves to go to movies. So, anyway, check it out. Look into it. It's worth it. A little Offspring as we hit this final break. We'll come back and wrap up today's show with By the Numbers and Damn Man Really. That's next. RWRC Radio, fueled by Flash Market, right here on ESPN Jonesboro, 92.7.
Wait till 2, then I turn out the light. This rejection got me so low. She keeps it up, I just might tell her so. Oh, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
This segment has been brought to you by the official barber of Red Wolf Roll Call Radio, Ace of Blades. Ace of Blades now in their brand new location, 3227 East Matthews Avenue, right here in Jonesboro. Barber Toby Stoker specializes in men's and boys' haircuts. Open Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and by appointment only on Saturdays. Disruptive may be just another overused buzzword, but disruptions in business like network downtime, data loss, social media abuse, and slow speeds are downright disruptive. For businesses large or small, Calmer Solutions offers powerful, affordable, yet customized solutions specifically for your business to prevent disruptions and simplify IT. For consultation or to try any of their solutions risk-free for 30 days, visit calmersolutions.com/disruptive or call 870-336-2169. Calmer Solutions is a proud supporter of Arkansas State University.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Julian with Safe Light Auto Glass.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Only America's largest gives you the reliability of this Safe Light advantage. It's what makes us different, with over 5,000 mobile glass shops in all 50 states. So we're always nearby, and the only national lifetime guarantee, keeping you covered wherever you are. Make the safe choice.
Just ask your insurance company for Safe Light or call 800-800-2727 or go to safelight.com.
By now, two things that you have invested in is your house and your automobile. You take pride in your home, you keep it clean, mow the yard, you know, the general maintenance stuff. Why don't you show the same love for your automobile? Yeah, that's right, your automobile. Why are you neglecting it? It's time for you to repair your relationship with your automobile. Give it love, give it Rhino Car Wash. Your car will love you for it. And now you can show your love 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Sunday. 4 convenient locations in Arkansas: Paragould, Searcy, Cabot, and now 1840 East Highland Drive in Jonesboro. They proudly provide service through an express tunnel wash with free vacuums. And remember, membership has its privileges at Rhino Car Wash. Pick from 3 monthly memberships and wash your car anytime and as many times as you want. Your car loves you, love it back at Rhino Car Wash. MC Express has been serving the shipping industry as an irregular route carrier for over 20 years. MC Express has developed an enviable reputation in the trucking industry over those 20-plus years of performance on the highways of our nation. Since the beginning, they have provided efficient, reliable, and professional transport solutions from coast to coast. During this period, MC Express has continually updated their operations with state-of-the-art software to be able to provide customers with not only excellent service, but also paperless data and invoicing. With 48-state delivery, GPS tracking on all shipments, access to an 80,000 square foot warehouse in Jonesboro for warehousing needs. You see why MC Express is the leader in the trucking industry. So if you're looking for a dependable company to ship your product or looking for employment in the trucking industry, contact MC Express today. Find them on Facebook or log on to mcexpressinc.com or give them a call at 870-931-0313. Fast, reliable, friendly service, and they also move the Red Wolves every football season. That's MC Express.
This is Tegan, and you're listening to Red Wolf Roll Call Radio with my dad, JC, on ESPN Jonesboro 92.7.
Walls, would this fall as one of those guilty pleasures? One of those songs that people will, when it hits the chorus, start singing?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there are a bunch of grown men right now about to start singing this.
Oh, yeah.
Don't act like you're not. It's okay. It's okay.
We promise we won't check your man card.
Yes. You know, music to me, I mean, in my opinion, is just... I mean, it's its own universal language, and you shouldn't be hated on for it. If you feel it, you feel it.
Right.
You know, I love pulling up next to somebody and seeing them singing in their vehicle. I think that is kind of like it's your temple. I mean, you do what you want. Hey, when I go on road trips on my own or have to go out of town or whatever it may be, I promise you it's a concert from beginning to end.
Right.
I mean, that's happening. But it's kind of a nice release. You know, it's a nice release for you to just get in there and have a little fun. And we all need that on a Monday, I promise you. We all need some kind of release. But anyway, we got to get rolling pretty quick here. We've had so many responses to today's Calmer Solutions Hot Topic of the Day. I think we can pretty much dub it. Let's see over here. Rebecca Burr, she says toss up with Walter Payton and Barry Sanders. Jordan Faust is Barry Sanders, no question. If you're just tuning into the show, we simply asked if you could have one of these in their prime, who do you want? Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, or Emmitt Smith? Right now, I would have to say Barry Sanders is running away with this thing. So pardon the pun there, running away. But anyway. All right, we got to get ready to wrap this party up, and we'll get ready to delve into By the Numbers here quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Red Wolf Roll Call Radio Network. Time now for By the Numbers. By the Numbers is exhibition, not competition. Please, no wagering. If you do have a gambling problem, call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
All right, from the home office in Decatur, Alabama, this is today's By the Numbers. And we've had this discussion with many high school coaches. Matter of fact, we've even had a long discussion with Randy Coleman, head football coach over at Jonesboro High School, about kids playing one sports, two sports, or three sports. All right, here's a little factoid from this weekend's draft. All right, in the first round, 32 picks, 29 of the 32 players that were drafted were 2 sport athletes.
Okay.
14 of the 29 were 3 sport athletes.
Okay.
So that means only 3 football players were a 1 sport athlete.
Wow. There you go. Hey, we say it all the time, and you see student athletes trying to specialize in one sport more and more. And matter of fact, you see some schools kind of pushing for that.
Right.
I've always been one, and the way I grew up, I'm going to tell you, you could go right from football right into basketball, right into baseball, right into track. You know what I mean? And so the best athletes, you need them playing as many sports as possible.
Exactly.
Because it has different enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
Each sport has something that's going to help you specialty-wise.
Well, when you look at that 29 of the 32, 2 sport athletes, and 14 of the 29, 3 sports athletes, that speaks volumes.
There you go. That is by the numbers, quick, fast, and in a hurry. It again, kids, parents out there, let your kids play as many sports as they want, as long as you can.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you personally, like with my youngest daughter, when she was going into 7th grade, she was doing volleyball and basketball, but she also did travel volleyball as well.
Right.
And it got to the point to where it was too conflicting. The schedules were too conflicting with each other, and I didn't feel like it was fair to her or her coaches that it was starting to conflict. And so I looked at her and said, "What do you want to do?" And she said, "Volleyball it is," which was a smarter move because she was a very average at best basketball player.
Right.
And so, sometimes you don't have any choice but to make that decision. So anyway, there you go. Well, it's time to get into a little Damn Man Really to wrap up today's show. And, there was several to choose from. Of course, on a Monday following a weekend, it never fails.
Yeah.
It never fails. You're going to have some extra firepower, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But and so I had to decide which way I wanted to go. And I seen this one, and I thought to myself, man, I've been pretty mad before in a fast food line.
Yeah.
Or get home and realize something isn't there that should be there, that you paid for, and so on and so forth. But I don't think I've made it to this level.
Okay.
Yet.
Okay.
But I realize that, more and more you're seeing more $4 meals, $5 meals.
Right.
The fast food chains are trying to help you out with your pocketbook.
Right.
I get it. But this, when you start having so many $4 meals, $5 meals, it's probably a little easy to mix them up, right?
Yeah.
Well, a woman went into a Popeyes in Staten Island, New York, earlier this month and ordered their $4 meal. Okay? It comes with chicken strips, a biscuit, and a side, but it does not come with a drink.
Okay.
Still a pretty good deal though for $4.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, apparently the woman confused it with Wendy's $4 meal, which does include a drink.
Exactly.
And so she was not happy when she didn't get that world famous Popeye sweet tea, apparently, with cane sugar in it.
Yeah.
She was so upset that she didn't get a soda that she picked up a chair and smashed the front window of the store. But even better than that, she kept her chicken. She kept her $4 meal.
Yeah.
And got away and still has not been caught.
Wow.
Yes, $4 chicken meal. That'll be enough to set somebody off. That little drink.
Winner, chicken dinner.
To the very unhappy Popeyes customer. Damn, woman. Really? It's that serious. And I thought it would be fitting. We got ahead here on the My Jam Monday with the breaks. She broke a window. The breaks. Little Curtis blow for you. For Uncle Walls, I'm JC. We got to get out of here. We leave you like we do each and every day. If you're going to do it right. And if you do it right, do it twice. Y'all take care. God bless. Join us tomorrow, 11 to 1 at J-Town's Grill. Walls,
goodbye.
Breaks to win and breaks to lose.
The top flight security of the world, Greg.
Hallelujah. Holla back. Break it up, break it up. just another man. And she runs off to them to Japan. And the IRS says they want to chat. And you can't explain why you claimed your cat. And Ma Bell sends you a whopping bill.